the way we do it is in particular Web 2. I have a labor force that is mostly located in developing countries. We have very few people at headquarters in Washington. More than 70% of my employees are in developing countries. Moreover, they're in many developing countries. So very often we have only one person per country, or maybe two persons per country, because we are looking for very highly skilled people in IT at the 99th percentile of programmer performance, like Google. And we find these people, we put them through very tough tests that they have to do first before we hire them. And then they work in a virtual world. They only need high-speed internet access at home, and they work for us around the clock. Similar, we do all the hosting of our services around the clock. And at this hour, somebody in Cordoba, Argentina may be monitoring our web services. Later on, it's going to be somebody in Bangladesh. So that's how this operates. What enables this is that there are today very sophisticated work platforms, kind of virtual work rooms for these software developers that have all kinds of paraphernalia. Difficult to explain in a few minutes, that allow them to really integrate not only among themselves as highly technical people, but also with web designers, etc. So we can put up a concept of how this should look in minutes by just putting together a couple of icons quickly in such a chat room if you want, and so on and so forth. And all of this, what we do, is based on open source solutions. So that's another aspect of this Web 2 phenomenon. It wouldn't have happened without all this open source solution. Emily mentioned her new platform. Well, it's based on an open source solution called Drupal, which is kind of the leading purely community-oriented web content management system at the time. And they couldn't have never done it because, hey, this thing is an investment that would be worth $5 or $10 million. What did you spend on it? Very little. Because you can take all of that and you have a completely new form of economic activity, because before we had all these corporate hierarchies and corporate responsibilities are all about these large hierarchies, large multinational corporations that are becoming much more open. And here we have, due to this development of this networked information technology, we have suddenly little organizations like us that can be very competitive, because I use people in Armenia. And I'm using people in Armenia because they cost me only half as much as the people in Ukraine. Before, I used much more people in Ukraine. But we're moving on to Armenia. And by the way, I can't find anybody good in India. In India, everybody works already for a large organization to do that.